Bingo bango, just like that. We are live. Already got some AKA Padders in the house. SK5 just recommended you for a coloring gig. Let's hope you get it. So we're doing Trial by Fire. This is I guess we can call this a point zero stream, meaning this is like 0 hour. This is Marvel's Zero flashback promotion way back in the early 2000s. We're resetting not only Trial by Fire, but the overall production. And this is a little bit of the testing ground I learned with Dark Hero, where it's like regular updates for a campaign. And so there was something to be learned from Dark Hero. But for this is going to go into promoting the finishing of Trial by Fire into a whole new campaign. And I'm hoping it's less than a month by my calculations, just to get everything drawn out, and then we're going to work out some of the coloring at that point, where this guy over here is nominated by myself to help with some of the coloring if the time comes. If we say if. But everyone, thanks for hanging out. I love you. TBF for life. And if you're new here, we draw and talk. That's all we do. There's very little. I'm still recovering from COVID. I don't know if you guys heard that cough there. Very, very annoying. Hold up here. I'm trying to get. I always forget how to remove my name tag right here. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah. So we're drawing TBF. I need some Mr. Brown iced coffee. I recommend, if you guys I recommend the Yetis, because I feel like the cap's the best, because I own a couple off-brand generic sippers. These are called sippers. This lid seals so nice here. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear it. It's really tough to get off. I recommend these for the drawing table because you're going to spill something eventually. You might as well have something that can minimize the spill. I don't think anything minimizes the spill better than a desk sipper. So this sequence here, let me bring you a little bit up to speed. Trial by Fire, Chapter 1. Look, I got coffee all over this already. TBF Chapter 1 essentially is like a redux of some of my high school work. All that too. A lot of that's going to be available on the website, which we'll promote a little bit more heavily when the time comes. But here, like I said, I just wanted to just start, motherfucker, just start. So I'm just going to just stream TBF. Might be a few nights a week. We're still doing January, so just expect a lot, more and more from your boy over here. But the TBF Chapter 1, you can kind of summarize as, like a little bit of a coming out party for myself. It's a little bit of a like internal definition where it was like, wow, like, I can kind of just finish this thing that's been with me for so long. I can just like finish it and just publish it and fuck everyone, just do it. And then, like Comicsgate happened, which really, that really got me motivated. So it has been a few years since I decided to like kickstart this project all over again. But at the same time, it's like, like I really had to figure out some production kinks with making a comic. I had to figure out more with the social media. I had to figure out more with the crowdfunding. So it's just like, things get piled on. And if you're working by yourself, everything just kind of becomes longer. It takes more time. That's it. I mean, there is no nothing. But along the way too, you got to work on promoting yourself. So that's where it gets. I think that's where it gets tricky for a lot of people. Like they really think their project is promoting them, and it's really not. Like you have to do your project, promote your project, and get involved with as many other people's projects as possible. And that's like that's how you guarantee that your next book can do better, can do well. So finding collaborators and things like that, it's critical. But we're gonna be doing some inking. We're mostly gonna be inking the bottom of this page here, this cybernetic building that Pitbull's going to crash into. So I alluded to this a couple of times. Oh, we got some chats. Let's see. yeah. Let's hope Luke goes through with it. Luke just went through a major medical procedure. Some of his Facebook pictures look bleak, man. Like all prayers to Luke though. TBF stream is my favorite stream. At least someone. Thank you. Yeah, dude. When I'm done this, I'm recording a TBF update video and a TBF intro video for these shows. And everything will be driven to akapad.com/trial by fire. That's going to aggregate everything. And people can just go there and read about the characters and watch previous streams and just a ton of fun, ton of work. Okay. So we have Deathmate Red here. So at one point, Deathmate Red was glued to my drawing table. I don't think it might have been Deathmate Red, Youngblood 11. Right, that was I forget the name of that. Baptism of Fire, where Link decapitates. It's not Link. One of the guys from the Blood Pool. Who's that guy from the Blood Pool? He decapitates Blackrock, which is alluded to be the father of Bedrock. So, I had a couple of these books just glued to my drawing table, and I was always fascinated by this sequence here, which is it's coming up. We have Bedrock, right? And it's a drop sequence where he just jumps out of this helicopter and smashes through the top of the facility, and just lays waste to a ton of soldiers. So these couple pages here, I just wanted to draw it out. I wanted to make it into a larger sequence. I wanted to add a little bit more plot, a little bit more characterization, and I wanted a way to show off Pitbull's true power. Not just with him punching things. Pitbull has he's got a different power set that I really haven't spoken about yet. Which is basically he can control the cells of his body. And he kind of merges with this cybernetic robotic creature called Brutron, which is a play on the villain of TBF, Brutus. So a lot of this stuff I just really didn't have figured out when I launched the campaign. But I really thought just giving myself the opportunity to kind of draw my own Bedrock drop sequence and using Pitbull. That just seemed like the coolest fucking thing. And we also show off some of Davidson's powers, because Pitbull jumps out of this craft here, this transporter, and it's he quickly sees that he's just off target, which is right. That's something we see a lot in comics. That's not much of a comic book trope, but it is here. Yeah, and to rapidly correct the situation, Caesar, who is our Professor Xavier, Professor Xavier, Nick Fury type character. He directs Davidson to re-guide Pitbull during his like free fall, essentially. And Davidson's power set is like all the characters have somewhat of a variation, what I call intelligent light. And Davidson can kind of just shoot these beams, and they're almost like it's like a solid blast. And he can do like crazy things with just like one beam of light. One of them is that he just quickly corrects the path of Pitbull. So Pitbull just crashes like right into what they in the book is what they call the sweet spot. Yeah, and that's just the way we describe the area of the facility of the building that he's like crashing down on. We call it the sweet spot. I think it's accurate. Yeah, look, I know a lot of people are concerned with the lateness of TBF and the lack of updates, but right now on Indiegogo, I just updated update number 2. I just added update number 2, which is a page, kind of like I just basically describe a page to the entire group. And that page took, like it's not pretty, like drawing wise, but it took a while for that page to kind of it just come to life and me to know like what that page was like, because that's a part of creation. It's like you don't know what things are sometimes. Sometimes you really don't have a clue, even though like it's like you think you do, but like the rubber is going to hit the road and you're going to have to like do that level of work. You have to like do the work. You got to do it. And sometimes it's you don't have it. You don't have it figured out. And that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun of just slowly chipping away, getting things done. So, and I don't know how long I'm going to be doing this one stream for tonight. I don't have too much, like I don't have too much of that figured out, pre-visualized. I thought tonight would be shorter than other nights just because I still have COVID. I'm still fucking tired. I get so tired when I come back from the office. It's crazy. So, I've been trying to rest, spike my energy for some of these streams, but I do want to come back tonight for January to celebrate our boy Justin. Him and we collaborated, did a sketchbook challenge. Yeah, yeah, dude. So that's a little bit of. I don't have. You know what's funny? I've been so disciplined, like really on top of filtering away my scanned in pages. I should have some of this stuff on tablet to show everyone. But yeah, so let's address that real quick. Yeah, so look, this is why I kind of wanted to do this, because right here it's like, like this panel works because it's kind of bedrock. I still call him bedrock. He's like coming to the edge of the helicopter, right? He's walking to the bay. Okay. This page is fantastic, though. I think this page works very well. Just like the way we're able, like it's almost like an S or like a nice curve. It cuts through like kind of 4 panels. It's like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5. Okay, because like he's, even though this is like a centered splash, it's essentially two panels. But anyway, so this works well, the storytelling for this. But then when he smashes, it's hard to tell exactly what's happening. It really is. So part of my idea was to bring the camera like underneath, have Pitbull coming down like onto the reader, and then kind of do a little bit more of a sequence where the guards are reacting more and more to Pitbull until they pull like a fail-safe lever to let loose Brutus. And we got everyone. We got Resistance in the house. Resistance. I'll text you when I'm done, so we can talk about your some of the work you and I've been going back and forth on. How is Resistance publishing? Resistance, right here. I know we spoke about it. This guy right here. Talk to him about coloring. Okay. Resistance is looking for a colorist. Ifki. If you can, DM him right now. It's Resistance Publishing on the Twitter. Yeah. Can you guys hear that? Yesterday, I might have like just exhausted myself. I developed a little bit of a cough that I didn't have before, and I'm just like, man, and since pre-Christmas Eve, I've had like symptoms. So I've been trying to become like zero symptoms, because technically that's when your quarantine should end. I quarantined myself for well over a week, and like it's like you gotta do something though. You gotta try and get into the real world and do things. Like duty called at the office. So at that point, like you gotta make a call. You gotta just grit your teeth. It's crazy. It's crazy managing it though, because now I'm like not paranoid, but it does kind of it makes you think about things a little bit more when you have COVID and you're working yourself through that entire maze. It just sucks. And it's like you don't want to come off as like a hypochondriac, right? Yeah. Dude, I'm already here. Here's the funny thing, Resistance. I'm already a huge vitamin taker, huge on water, huge on like working out, huge on fitness. I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't get destroyed by it. I think that's one of the reasons why I did. Because some people that I know got hit with COVID and they just fucking like nearly like died almost. I mostly had just one night of discomfort. I kind of like to say, and the rest has been managing symptoms. And the funny thing too, it's like I was gearing up to get my booster. Which is like the funniest fucking thing. Like, yeah, here we go. Yeah, Ithki is, if it matters, I can vouch for his readiness, professionalism, like all of that when it comes to coloring. And it's not just coloring. Good communicator. Excuse me here. Yeah, so if we can connect the two of you, like let's do it. The three of us, we can do some serious damage. So one of the like kind of like maybe like old school like inking tricks is like this is the night sky. But the last thing I want to do is like have the black run into like a silhouette here. Okay. Because this is mostly it's like a detailed silhouette. So I'm gonna be just adding like splash line effects, like pop effects almost. Just so it kind of looks like that there's some light, like kind of like over the horizon. Like maybe like there's a city back there. Just there's just like another light source that we don't see, but it's still a completely like black night. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I've been look. I really tried. I tried so hard to like really like just lay low. But the problem though, it's almost like I won't even say it's as much as like the symptoms sometimes, but it is, dude. The energy. It because I use like I'm usually insanely high energy. I don't need a lot of sleep. I think it's going to take me like a solid month to recover. I think I won't be 100% until February. Yeah, dude. Yeah, let's go. Like, uh, pedal to the metal. Let's go. I just love the enthusiasm. I love enthusiasm when it comes to like not just making comics, but being productive and kind of I did a Instagram interview yesterday with a follow aka Patter Skull Diamond 94. He's got a book coming out called Heavy Saga. Greatest title for a book, by the way. I mean, like I can't even fucking pisses me off. I wish I thought of that. But so we were talking about like Heavy Saga and stuff, and I kind of like got a little bit of this like point, this like epiphany occurred to me, like live on camera, where like the real struggle, like the real heroes, aren't the people that give everything up to chase like a career in comics, right? Because like that's kind of like that's just not going to happen. Like the heroes are the people who build a life and they chip away at their dream, at their passion. Like those are the heroes because I think that's more of the lifeblood. That's more of the membrane of the industry when it comes to the creative side. I love the idea that people kind of have full-time gigs, full-time jobs, girlfriends, wives, children, like a whole other set of responsibility, and they're still fighting and they're still managing everything to like make books. And look, here's the funny thing. I think a lot of these indie books, I mean, I've been saying this for a couple of years now. We're for the first time in comic book history, the indie books are kind of doing superheroes and doing books better than the majors for the first time ever. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, like that's look. I don't get caught up in being insanely original. If that makes like I get caught up in storytelling and explaining things. So when I got the idea to open up chapter 2, uh aping a sequence that's been in my mind since I was a teenager, like oh my god. I got too excited. Too excited. Yeah, you only read messages, but if you sit down and listen to my enthusiasm, yeah. No, dude, look, I know you are. I know, I can tell, and I can even tell, dude. Like, Resistance, you do a major thing for me, which is you check in on me, and it's so hard for me to check in with everyone all the time. I try to, I do my best, but you checking in on me is one of the like the best fucking things, dude. Almost done coloring the flock. I only 4 pages left to color. Ross Leach, my hands are tied, but only death can save us. Oh, you mean your hands are tied? You mother, you're killing me over here. Ifki, if you can recommend someone for Resistance, I don't know if there's someone within your reach. Let me know. Yeah, I mean, look, they like, and rightfully so, right? I mean, you can't blame the mainstream for not fully like liking or supporting indie comics, because indie comics are always after mainstream sales. I mean, it's just business, it's survival. There's today I almost bought a Atlas #1, and Atlas #1 was a Jack Kirby independent comic, and my local comic shop had it for like $9, and maybe I should have bought it. But like every creator works within indie. Like you eventually do. You're not, because sometimes these indie guys too, they get good pops. It's good money sometimes. It may not be long term money, but it's still good, like good kizash. Skull Diamond, what's up, dude? Skull Diamond, we were just talking about you. Saying good things. Cheers, Scully. Yeah, I am inking a satellite for that really adds nothing other than a a little detail to our environment. I wish the satellite dish was a part of the story, but it is not. It's just there to look cool. Yeah, and then we will be doing more conversations, more interviews, like more all of that stuff going into next year, everyone. So just be on the lookout. If I am working with you on any level, I will hit you up for for some talkie. So I was saying earlier that it's like this sequence in my eyes, it's almost the true beginning of the trial by fire story, because chapter 1, outside of like the last maybe like 5 or 6 pages of chapter 1, and chapter 1 can I talk, runs a solid 22 pages. So chapter 1 is already a full comic, but not by TBF standards, because TBF is 60-page arcs. Because we're crazy. One piece of TBF is essentially 3 comic book issues. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear the metal on paper? Yeah, look, what's up, Scully? What's up, Scully? We're getting it. Okay, cool, dude. Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter that Resistance needs um something to show off. Okay, so we're just trying to get him like get all his like boxes checked, so Resistance can kind of blast people with what he's like working on. Yeah, I can hear it. Yes. Resistance, your DMs aren't open. Maybe that was a mistake. I thought I was in Resistance's DMs. Yeah, so a lot of the tech in Trial by Fire 2 is it's just like busted. I mean, it works and stuff, but it's by busted I mean that it is like of a broken world. So that's why everything in TBF has this this like yesteryear type like texture. Like things are just like destroyed beyond like repair, which is also like a major point of everything we talk about in TBF. Because Trial by Fire legit is like story wise, it is a Trial by Fire to repair things, to fix things. So that's a lot of where that title comes from, because it's just like a little bit of this like you can call it like a fascination of mine where like the idea that a Tony Stark or like a Reed Richards, like their inventions realistically would destroy the world. And so like a inventor invents his way into the destruction of the world or like reality, and then tries to invent his way out of it, and that's TBF. That's why we call it trial by fire. What we got here? What we got? No, dude, I'm just making the point of you're looking for a colorist to check off all your boxes. Yeah, I dox. Hey, we all have checklists, right? We all have a checklist. But no, we want to be able to openly help each other. Yeah, like that's really a lot of my intention with these streams. It's really just like a platform so people can kind of like hang out. Like some people do work as I'm doing work, so it's a little bit of like uh a little bit of competition, which is all awesome. Sometimes after streams I'll get DMs on what people had at their drawing table, which I kind of guess maybe I should start doing stuff with that. But I don't, I don't show off people's work unless I got permission. And sometimes Sometimes I forget to ask for permission. Give me 1 second. Jeez, it's already been 40 minutes. And I am almost done my coffee here. All right. I mean, that's looking a little bit like a satellite dish, right? Yeah, that's right. This is when you know you got the AKA Pad Army because we're jizzing over a satellite dish. I love you guys. I love you guys. Yeah, dude. Thanks. Yeah, and hey, fuck rulers when it comes to buildings and architecture. Just focus on your shape. That's all. Believe it or not, architecture and buildings and all that, it has proportions. It has shape, just like the human body. So you don't need rulers. I mean, they sometimes help, but you should be able to garner the skill sets of like eyeballing it. You should be able to eyeball your buildings. You should understand how to shade your buildings, how to bend light around them. And it's not just like one side dark and like one side light. Buildings have dimensions, they have crevices, they have shape of their own. And if you get good with buildings, guess what? You get good with cars. They kind of go hand in hand. So if you can draw cars or buildings, like you can just transfer that skill set. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Skull Diamond too. Shapes, and you know what? Like, I wish I brought this up last night. Your symmetry, like your page layout, is very symmetrical, um, graphic design driven, which is like totally fucking cool. Yeah, because like even here, so like the drop ship here, like I need to rotate that. So like just speaking of shapes, like the way how I envision the drop ship, it has like almost like foldable wings, a little bit like a Harrier does. So what we're going to do is like one wing here, right? But then like the second one, see, like the second one's going to be shot up a little bit more, and like, and that's how we get like that's just because we're kind of mimicking the angle of Pitbull here. See, like Pitbull split through the center here. So we can kind of, say we can split the drop ship similarly, and it's like a natural like flow. And like we're gonna have dialogue here, and we're gonna have like maybe the drop ship talking too. So we want to be able to kind of like even stack the words with the visual communication. So these are the things, and this also means that every piece needs to be mapped out before you work on it. It just means you implement best practices. You can't control every variable. If you stack best practices, everything will tip towards favoritism. Favorable results, I mean, right? Not favoritism, favorable results. Yeah, and then like when it comes to inking or like finishing my pencils off with the ink, because I'm kind of like embellishing my own self, is like I always try and maintain the shadowing of my sketch line, and that's kind of where like you saw me do it down here. Like I'll double and triple up some of my lines. I'll make separate lines. I won't thicken lines. If that makes any sense to any of you. go. Oh my god. I am not totally fading a little bit. I'm just kind of feel like I just got to lie back down and maybe crash out for like maybe take a 2-hour nap, come back at 11 for January. So not like all the time, because sometimes I do have like blacks by design, but I do try and limit my use of solid blacks because I feel like when I fill in blacks, I get to create a little bit more action, a little bit more movement. So I favor that. Okay. So like even like like some of the lines here. So like see how it's like directional. I try and like create like movement and like impact the impression that things are moving even when they're not. These are a lot of my little tiny like decisions, my precepts, some of my internal art direction. I will always preach art direction. I don't think enough young creators and even professional guys like veterans consider art direction when it comes to not just their book but their illustrations. And I think a lot of people do it instinctively and they don't know that they're like doing it. Like like sometimes how just like a creator will just nail like Daredevil and like all of a sudden it becomes just like a seminal Daredevil interpretation. But then they like they can't do that for any other character. Yes, and we will have more like TVF intros and all that stuff. I did have the intention of just getting at least one of those together tonight, but I don't know. I really couldn't muster the just. I came back like I had to rest, and then I knew I had to do some things to like set this up, just even like graphic wise. So I just kind of played my time card a little bit differently. Like time and energy card. Yeah. Yeah, I mean like so like you almost like if you're working by yourself, like that's awesome because it does speed you up. The more of the effort, the more the concentration goes into filling in like those blacks and stuff. Um like it's just so I think sometimes if you're handing off the work to someone, like if you're giving it to someone to ink, those X's can be a little bit tough to interpret and to break down. Which is why like you just scribble in the blacks. I try and like I don't know if you see like some of this here, like I'm kind of doing it myself because I'm leading like areas either for black or for like solid white. I just haven't made that decision yet, and I'll make the decision when I start to round out these forms. And sometimes you need to put in the black, and sometimes you don't. When it comes to framing in what's inside this panel, some of the black underneath the cheekbone here and his chin, like that might be necessary. It may not. If I can keep it open, I will. And I got a very similar issue with this, which is I'm not sure how much black to really add. I'm gonna have to figure this thing out in the 0 hour. But yeah. Oh, and we have a bot. Hello, bot. Yeah, my big objective is to really round out this sequence as quickly as possible. And by that, I mean, not being sloppy about it, just moving on. So, because I have a gap in almost like the end of chapter 2, the beginning of chapter 3, and I need to like kind of just see those pages. And so, within the Indiegogo, we will be adding a detailed breakdown of the pages and where we are with each page and this and that. And that's a bigger piece of organizing the comic book work that I knew it would have to get done, like just like graphically, just almost like as a KPI. But I kept delaying it, and I think I delayed it for a little bit too long. So I just want to get that done too. And that will also be echoed on akapad.com. But see, like we're looking like a fucking building here, right? Yeah. What's up, bot? Okay, everyone. I hate to do this. Let me get going. It's 9 o'clock. Almost 9. Let me rest. Hopefully I can come back at around 11. I may have some of this updated too. So I'll see everyone here very soon. Peace out. I love you.